Hello YouTube. This video is about how to suppress an airsoft gas blowback pistol, gas blowback gun. There are several other YouTube videos about how to do this. Some of them are similar to this, but my way is a bit different and more effective. That was the main thing. The other YouTube videos, they tend to use an eraser behind the hammer only. That does reduce the sound a little bit, but it doesn't quite make the gun silent. Also, there are problems with the slide. The slide doesn't rack back automatically anymore, so you end up with a hand-cocked pistol. So I'm going to address some of those issues in this video. So first of all, I'd like to demonstrate just some well, I guess I should tell you, what you're going to need to silence to suppress a gas blowback pistol. You're going to need three things. You're going to need a suppressor. This is a suppressor with foam inside. You need foam inside. If it's empty, if it's hollow, it won't do anything. There are hollow suppressors out there, I know, but it's no good. You gotta fill it with foam, and there needs to be a hole in the center so the BB can travel through. You're going to need an eraser. I happen to have a kind of strange artistic eraser that is it's kind of like gum. It can be molded and shaped, but it doesn't stick to stuff, so you can press it into the nozzle behind where the firing pin is, the gas nozzle. So I like that, but if all you have is a pencil eraser from a regular pencil, that's fine too. You can glue it on there with super glue or white glue. Alright, this pistol is loaded, gassed up, and let's excuse the mess in my room. I just didn't feel like cleaning up the mess. But let's take a shot. I got a target down there. That's about 5 or 7 yards or so, I'm not sure, but it's around 7 yards, I think. Let's take a shot. The sound doesn't come through too well on the iPhone camera here, but trust me, this is noisy. It's enough to bother my neighbors, I'm sure. Alright, let's take a shot at the can over there. There's a Pepsi can over there that I got set up to the right of the target. And the BB just bounced back at me. Alright, pretty noisy. I'm sure that bothers my neighbors. The typical method that people use on YouTube to silence their gun is to just stuff an eraser or glue an eraser right here between the hammer and where the gas nozzle is. This does work to some extent. It's not that good though, in my opinion. I live in Tokyo. I got lots of neighbors. My girlfriend at night complains like nothing else when I start practicing at night. Let's take a listen. There's also the drawback that the slide won't cycle automatically anymore. There's usually not enough gas pressure when you put the eraser here, so you have to hand rack the slide each shot. Or sometimes that happens, the gas valve gets stuck open. That means that the eraser doesn't have a good enough seal. You just have to press the eraser in there a little bit stronger. Let's take another shot. Alright, so it's a little quieter, but it's still not that good, in my opinion. It's still too noisy. My neighbors could probably still hear that through the windows. So what I do is I have a silencer, suppressor, foam filled, very important. Let's take another shot, a couple shots anyway, at the target. Pretty quiet. The sound of the BB hitting the target is much noisier than the actual firing of the pistol. Let's take a shot at the Pepsi can there. shot of the Pepsi can. Alright, so it's got enough power to dent that Pepsi can down there, put some damage on. You do lose a little bit of power with the eraser in there though. But there's still enough power to damage a Pepsi can from 7 yards. Alright, the important question everybody's asking is about how the slide doesn't move back anymore. If that bothers you, what you need to do is install a weak recoil spring. If you do that, the slide will rack back as it's supposed to. So just buy yourself a weak recoil spring. You could also experiment with using green gas and a weak recoil spring when you use an eraser in there, and you know, you'll have a kind of good balance, and you'll be able to you know, fire your pistol both in semi-automatic and have it silenced. This pistol is this is almost all metal. The frame is plastic because I live in Japan and metal frames are illegal. But everything on this pistol is metal, and the recoil spring is quite heavy, so actually the slide can't rack back. And that's not important for me. When I suppress this pistol, I'm doing it for noise. You know, I'm trying to make it more quiet, so I don't really care if the slide racks back or not. The slide racking back is actually quite noisy on any pistol. So if you do, you know, use a weak recoil spring, it's going to be noisier. This is pretty quiet. You know, if I shoot, I got my girlfriend's bunny here. If I shoot that, it's pretty soft material. It's pretty quiet. So the sound of the BB hitting the target is actually much noisier than the firing of the gun. So, you know, if you add the slide rack sound into that, you kind of lose the benefit. Alright, that's pretty quiet. So again, all you need, pencil eraser or moldable eraser, suppressor with foam filled. You'll need a barrel that has threads inside of it. For some aftermarket barrels, when you add the suppressor, it starts to rub against the slide. If you have problems with that, you'll need to adjust. You'll need to get a custom bushing, or you'll need to file the barrel, which I have done here. That's kind of custom work, but you'll have to file that down. It's you know, there's no alternative to it really. But once you do that, it should operate pretty smoothly. Alright, thanks for watching.